After I became Muslim, my wife of 14 years divorced me, so I ended up losing my wife. I lost my children because the court gave her the children because I was Muslim. They gave her custody. The court gave her custody. The process was clearly slanted against me because, for example, when what is now my ex-wife, when she went to the court to file for divorce, the judge filed the divorce initiation proceedings, but she also placed an injunction upon me, saying that I was not allowed to go within 100 feet of the home, 100 feet of my home, 100 feet of my wife, 100 feet of my children, and so on. Before doing that, she asked my wife, she said, "Do you feel threatened by this man?" And she said, "No." And she said, "Has he ever hit you?" And she said, "No." And she said, "Does he abuse you verbally?" And she said, "No." I mean, till this day, you can ask my ex-wife and she will testify to this fact. You know, the judge asked her, "Well, then why do you want a divorce?" And she just said, I just want out. We're going in different directions. He's become Muslim, I'm Christian, and so on. And the judge said, the judge just placed this injunction upon me because I was Muslim. That's my read on it, based upon the conversation that happened between my ex-wife and the judge, how it was related to me. That's my read on it. And so, as a result, I went through a period of time when I could not even see my children. Just to give you a full picture of how humiliating the process was, the court made it so that in order for me to see my children, I had to hire a bodyguard. I had to hire a bodyguard to be present to protect my children from me. That's how much they humiliate the father in these circumstances. And this despite the fact that no history of verbal abuse, no history of physical abuse, no threatening behavior, nothing. My wife just went along with it. You can ask her reasons, but that is how humiliating the process was. So in any case, what else could I lose? Okay, so the house, the wife, the children, the car, the property. In the house alone, I had $250,000 in artwork, just in artwork alone on the walls. I lost all of that. I walked away from the divorce with my SUV and $5,000, and that was it. In addition, I lost a lot of my friends. My mother and my father disowned me. They sent me a letter saying, don't visit, don't call, don't write. We don't want any contact with you. You're out of the will, etc., etc. And that was that. Now, the nice thing about that story is that many, many years later, we were able to communicate. As they became older, we improved our relationship to the point where both of them individually made shahada before they passed. Both of my parents have passed. Each one individually made shahada, and I hope that Allah accepts that from them.